So today, I want to check out what they call the survival kit for the Stronghold Haywire Clamper. What in the heck is that? Well, that's what we're here to find out. So the survival kit comes in this rubbery case. You just peel apart, it holds all the stuff together. There's a card for it if you need contact information, website, all that kind of good stuff. Has an instruction book in there. And this right here is the Haywire Clamper. It comes with an example when you order it of what it does. It actually makes a wire clamp. Comes with 3 different sizes of wire in the kit. So what do you do with it? Well, it makes wire clamps. It binds things together. We'll just use this one here. The thinnest wire, it's easiest to work with. You can choose the wire size depending on how much strength you're going to need. The only other tool that you're going to need is something like a set of diagonal cutters. You could use a Leatherman if you want. Something you're going to want to be able to cut the wire and stuff with it. I'll show you here in just a sec. So in this example, it shows them if there was something in here, it shows them actually going around it twice. We're just going to go around these 2 wood dowels once. Just make a general use clamp, and I'll show you how it works. So basically, you just take a piece of the wire, cut it plenty long. The wire's cheap. You fold it in half. Then you go around like this and you run the loose ends through the loop. Like that. So far, so good. Now on this, you see the 2 holes. That's going to take your loose ends. On the end of this, there's a notch. That notch is going to sit right in on top of that loop. So let's get this threaded up. Put one of them in there. One of them in that hole there. Like that. And like I said, the notch in the end of the red piece sits right on there like that, so that it's captive. So now all you do, get your dowels or whatever it is you're trying to clamp. Maybe you're trying to clamp a radiator hose on your car, whatever it may be. And you just start turning the green part. Now you want to have this laying down so that it's pulling the loose ends straight through like this. And I'm going to show you why that is in just a second. So you get that tightened right down. So it's really stout across there now. Now we're going to lock it in. So to lock it in, you just push it that way, like this. And see, it takes those two loose pieces and it bends them right over on that loop to lock that in. You know, if this was bigger wire or it was tighter or a different situation, that's when the diagonal cutters will come in handy. You just clip these two ends and push them down. Now these two dowels, they're locked together. That's a nice tight clamp. With the thicker wire, and if you go through twice like this one, you can get a really, really tight fit to where you could bind air hoses and radiator hoses and things like that. If you go on the Haywire Klamper website, they'll have pictures and things of what people have done, like for a hammer handle. If there was a crack through a hammer handle, they've taken those clamps and bound that to temporarily fix the hammer handle, and all sorts of stuff. There's a lot of ideas for this thing. I've seen where somebody used it to bind 3 sticks together and then set it up as a tripod by just separating them and setting them up as a tripod. If you have, using this thin wire, if you have aluminum tent poles that are splitting, you could temporarily fix those too to finish your camp trip. Honestly, the uses are, it's infinite. It's only limited by your imagination. The survival kit is pretty nice. You can buy just the clamper and a roll of wire and have that, but why not get the whole kit and have the different size wires in it and everything? Again, with a thicker wire, having a pair of pliers or having the diagonal cutters are really going to come in handy. But yeah, that's it. It's really a super simple tool. But when you have 3 different types of wire, you have the clamper, and then if you do have a toolkit in your car or something, you're going to have diagonal cutters in there, or you have a Leatherman on you, anything like that. And you can really hold stuff in place. I can ramble on about it, but you get the idea. The Stronghold Haywire Clamper. I keep this in the toolkit that I take around. I carry it around to do everything, most of my work. I have a bag that I have everything in that can do 90% of anything I need to do, and this is in there. It's just too useful not to have, to be honest. Has this gotten me out of any emergencies yet? No, luckily I haven't had any emergencies where I've needed it yet. But it is nice to have. It's definitely a useful item. And it's really not that much money for what you get. Let me just throw it on the ground. I mean, to be honest, if you look at how this is made, you could probably make your own, but this is just a nice kit. You buy the whole thing, and then you have it, and then you can buy different size wires, and there's a limit to the amount of wire. This real thick wire here is probably about as big as you're going to want to go. Let's get a measurement on that so you have an idea. So that's 0.077 wire. That's about as big as you're going to want to go. But that'll make a really, really strong clamp if you use that stuff. You can just push this back together. And you have a nice, flat little kit just to throw back in your toolbox. And then you know you can make hose clamps with it. You can bind things together, whatever you need to do. You could use it to hang stuff from trees or whatever. Like I said, the uses are limited only by your imagination. But I recommend getting one of these, and I'm in no way endorsed or anything. This is just something I've had for years. I thought I'd throw a video out there on it because you just don't see them that much. And that's a shame because they're fantastic. All right, if you like that, hey, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.